Good day, yogis. So today we're going to do an open level class, and we can challenge ourselves to do some of the things that feel like, okay, I'm going to push a little bit here. And we can also challenge ourselves to hold back where we feel that we would be benefiting mostly from that holding back. So for now, I'm going to have you come to lie on your back. Okay, gently bringing yourself down on your back body, and you can close your eyes. Allow your legs to stretch out. Allow your arms to splay a little bit away from the body, and your palms, they're rotated up. And closing the eyes, just having that sense of the body, the weight of the body sinking in towards the ground. And the eyes are closed, and our focus is a little bit on our thoughts. We're not trying to deny that we're not thinking, but mainly on the breath. And we are looking to achieve a smooth inhalation and a smooth exhalation. Really allow the belly to be soft. Relax through the jaw. And just taking a couple of moments here to really concentrate on the ability to take a smooth breath in and letting it go to a complete breath out. So many different things that we're contemplating, thinking about on any given day. And of course, lately, it's just all the more heightened. And this process of thinking and fear, and how it really just barges in, right? You can be in the most peaceful place for a couple of moments, and then you hear something or you think of something, and boom, it's like the door's been thrust open. And we let fear just come in and invade every little nook and cranny. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhaling that breath slowly out of your mouth. Bending one knee at a time to bring your legs in. Very softly rolling over to your right side, and just let your left arm come across the body towards the right side. Trying to keep the eyes closed, bringing yourself back up to a seated position. We'll touch our hands together in prayer, and we place the prayer at our heart, and we bow the head, looking inward. And we listen for the intention, the offering. And we breathe it in. We place it right there at the very center of our chest, the spiritual heart. And we slowly exhale the breath out. And you can repeat softly after me, either out loud or just to yourself. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom, sweet Lord, to know the difference. Breathing in, our chins lift. Om. Gently releasing your palms down, you can open up your eyes and roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Allow your elbows to splay out nice and wide as long as room allows. You can go from one side. I'm doing my right shoulder, so I'll drop my chin in. I'll bring my left ear towards the top of my left shoulder, and then going the opposite way, lifting the shoulder blade in the back of the body, up, forward, and down. And then settling your right palm on top of your right thigh, bring your chin towards the center of your chest. Lift your gaze. Lift your left shoulder up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And again, I'm really letting the elbow splay out pretty far. And then you can drop your chin and bring your right ear towards the top of your right shoulder and continue to do this, lifting your left shoulder blade up, back, and down. Dropping the chin to the chest, the right ear towards the top of the right shoulder, and then go the other direction. Bringing that left shoulder blade up and roll the top of your left shoulder forward and down. And then place your left palm to the top of your left thigh. Return your chin to the center of your chest and lift your chin parallel to the floor. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Stretch your arms. Push through your palms. Reaching the arms up, draw your front body in and stretch over a little bit to your left. Inhaling, come back to center, and as you exhale, stretch over a little bit to your right. Inhale, coming back to center, bend the elbows, interlace, even the thumb non-habitually, push the palms forward, arms straight up, shoulders soft. As you exhale, stretch over to your right. On the inhale, come back to center, and as you exhale, stretch over to your left. Inhale, come back to center, and then bend the elbows, releasing the arms. Place your left hand in front of you. Place your right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall as you inhale, and bend your elbows. Rotate your navel slightly to the right. Exhale. Take a deep breath in, sitting up nice and tall. Rock back a little bit on your seat, and then continue to rotate your navel to the right, maybe even taking your gaze towards the top of your right shoulder. On the inhalation, slowly come back to center, and on the exhalation, release. Preparing for the other side, right hand in front, left hand in back. Sit up nice and tall as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, start to draw your navel over to your left. Pausing there enough to take a deep, full breath in, and then as you exhale, rotate a little bit more to your left. Let that breath go. Another full, deep breath in. Exhaling the breath out. Come back to center as you inhale, and then releasing the pose as you exhale. Shift over onto your hands and your knees. Bring your palms flat against the ground and spread your fingers nice and wide. Your wrists are under your shoulders, and you're really trying to work that elbow crease forward without needing to rotate the hands out too much. Inhale, opening up into your cow pose. If you're not applying pressure to your knees, you can do just as I am and stay in a cross-legged seat. And then exhale and round. Inhale and opening up, lift up through the center of your chest, open the throat, and exhale, round. Inhaling again, opening up through the center. Exhale and round. Inhaling, if you are on your hands and your knees, you'll pull your seat to your heels, stretch your arms forward. As you exhale, downward facing dog. If you're in a cross-legged seat, then you can just shift over and transition into your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Tread through your legs, bending one knee and then the other. Allow your body to sway a little bit left and a little bit right. Let your head move. Let your thoughts and your emotions, let them move. Not like a storm front, but not holding on to them, okay? Just trying to keep everything moving, using the breath to come back. Looking towards your hands, walk your feet forward and fold. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Slowly roll yourself up to stand. Placing your hands in prayer and bring that prayer right to your heart. Now lift your elbows slightly and pull up through the crown of your head. Your chin is parallel to the floor. And close your eyes as you breathe into yourself and out of yourself. On the inhalation, open the eyes. Stretch your prayer up. Separate the palms. On the exhalation, bend your knees and forward fold. Smooth transitioning. Bring your fingertips to your shins. Lift to your flat back as you inhale. And then bend your knees a little more and drape your torso over your thighs as you exhale. Sweeping your arms out to your sides, rising all the way back up. Stretch the fingers to the sky, look up. As you exhale, drop the arms, interlace your fingers, and bend the knees, forward fold. Ring the arms out overhead. While you're in this standing forward bend with the arms ringing out, change the interlace of your fingers. So slide all the fingers over one digit. Tread through your legs, bending your knees, and let your body sway a little left and a little right. And then releasing your hands towards the floor. Keep a deep enough bend in your knees that your belly stays connected to your thighs. Reversing the swan dive, rising all the way back up. Big deep breath in, and then exhale. Drop the arms down. Bend your knees and take the arms up, Utkatasana. Keeping the arms wide, tip your sit bones slightly down. As you exhale, belly on your thighs, forward fold, Uttanasana. As you inhale, lift to your fingertips, bending your knees as much as you need to. As you exhale, step your right foot back, followed by the left. Drop your palms flat, downward facing dog, exhale. On the inhalation, roll forward into your plank pose. And on the exhalation, come all the way down to your belly. As you inhale, lift up into a low baby cobra pose. And as you exhale, lower back down to the floor. Slide your hands in just a little bit and then push your seat to your heels, coming through child's pose. Find downward facing dog. Tread through your legs, bending one knee and then the other. Go back and forth, bending your elbows, one and then another. And then look towards your hands. Step your right foot forward, followed by the left, and fold. Keeping that nice soft bend in your knees, stretch the arms out and reach the fingers to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, come forward and fold. Lift to your flat back, deep breath in, and then palms are flat. Step your left foot back, followed by your right, downward facing dog. Exhale. Roll out into your plank pose, or feel free to stay in downward facing dog, just treading through your legs. If you're in plank pose, transitioning down as you exhale all the way to the front of your body. On the inhale, lifting up into your cobra, soft, smooth, and gentle. On the exhale, come all the way back down and then push your seat to your heels. Take a breath in child's pose. Rising up, lift your hips, tuck your toes. On the exhalation, downward facing dog. Looking to your hands, step your left foot forward, then the right, and fold. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides and lift up, maybe a deeper, fuller breath in. Look up. And then exhale, stay standing, float the arms down. Bend your knees, take your arms up, Utkatasana. Belly on your thighs and fold, Uttanasana. Lift up to a flat back, inhale, prepare. As you exhale, hop or step back. If you jump back to downward dog, land with bent knees, soft and kind of quiet. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg up to the sky and bend the knee and open up that hip. Inhaling, stretch your right leg back up to the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Spin the left heel to the ground, rising up into your warrior two. Gaze softly over the top of your right hand. Windmill your two hands down to frame your left foot. Downward facing dog. Inhaling from downward facing dog, come forward to your plank pose. On the exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lift up through your heart center. Breathe in. Tuck your toes and lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Lift your left heel up to the sky as you inhale, and then bend the knee and open up that hip as you exhale. On the inhalation, go ahead and stretch that left leg back up as high as you can. On the exhalation, step your left foot forward. Right heel to the ground, and use your arms to rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. Gaze over the top of your left hand. Take a deep breath in and windmill your hands down to frame. Now it's your left foot. Slide it back, downward facing dog. Look towards your hands, bending your knees. You can hop or you can step the feet forward and fold. Bend your knees and take the arms up, Utkatasana. Take the arms out a little bit wider and drop a little bit more into your hips. Belly on your thighs and fold, Uttanasana. Lift to your flat back and lengthen, big breath in, and then take it back, downward facing dog. Exhale the breath out. Right leg up to the sky and the knee bends. Open up that hip. Maybe you look under your left armpit for that right heel, trying to square your shoulders a little more towards the front of your mat. Inhaling, lift your right leg back up to the sky. As you exhale, step that right foot forward. Spin your left heel down and rising up. Again, using your arms into your Virabhadrasana 2. Shoulders soft. Stretching up through the crown of your head. Deepening the bend in your right knee by pressing into the outer edge of your left foot. On your inhalation, lengthen, straighten out that right leg. On the exhalation, let your hips shift towards your back left foot and bring it into triangle pose. Right arm lowers and the left arm lifts. If it feels nice on your neck, look up towards your left thumb. Otherwise, maybe you look down. Softening through your right knee and rising back up, take your Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Touch your two hands down to frame your right foot. Hop your left foot halfway up towards your right foot. And now work on straightening your right leg. If you have blocks, your hands can be on the blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can always bring your two hands to the back of your right calf. And don't worry about straightening the right leg depending on your hamstrings. But bend that right knee a little bit, everybody, and draw that right thigh bone up in towards your right hip a little more. And then as you exhale, find a sweet surrender. One that's not poking you, one that's not antagonistic, coming into Parsvottanasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale that breath out. A deep breath in. Exhale that breath out. One more, just that way. Deep breath in. Exhale that breath out. Now as you inhale again, you're going to put a deeper bend in your right knee, and you're going to slide your left knee behind your right knee. And then we're going to come down into a twist. Inhale and lift the arms up, lift up through your chest. As you exhale, bring your right hand behind you. Hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh and lean back just a little bit as you create this spinal rotation. Going for the depth of your breath. Really check in with that exhalation and how complete it feels. On the inhalation, you'll come back to center. Now, we're not going to counter right now because we're going to do the other side anyway. But separate the feet a little wider apart and bring yourself into Gomukshasana. If it's too deep to have one knee on top of the other, then you can definitely straighten your bottom left leg and just sway a little bit left and a little bit right. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Allow your shoulders to be soft and move. And then rotate your trunk around in a circular direction one way. And rotate the torso around in a circular direction the other way. Take a deep breath in. Hands are on your shins, or if your bottom left leg is straight, they could just be along the sides of your body. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, coming forward, squeeze the thighs together and breathe. Deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift all the way back up. As you exhale, transitioning, come forward onto your hands and your knees. Shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing in and breathing out. So for those of you who saw, that was Muscle. He's making his debut. He said he was going to practice with us this morning, and he kept his word. From downward facing dog, go ahead and lift your left leg up to the sky. Big deep breath in, and then bend that knee and open up your left hip. Exhale. Look underneath your right armpit and try to re-square your shoulders. On the inhalation, stretch your left leg back up to the sky. On the exhalation, step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel to the ground and use your arms to rise up into your Virabhadrasana 2. Press down into the outer edge of your right foot, deepening the bend a little bit more in your left knee. Check in with your breath. On the inhalation, you're going to straighten that left leg, lifting the knee towards the top of the thigh. Feel the engagement in that quadricep grouping of muscles. On the exhalation, extend out, left arm, left side body, stretching, lengthening. Left arm drops down, right arm reaches up. And again, maybe it's different on this side. Checking in. Does it feel okay to look up towards your right thumbnail, or are you better serving yourself by looking down? See, this is the practice. It's about serving ourselves and finding a place of an inner peace while still working in the world, right? With everything that's being thrown at us, so to speak. Soften your left knee and slowly rising back up to your warrior 2. And then windmill your hands to the ground. Hop your back right foot closer to your left front foot, and then take your interpretation of Parsvottanasana. Again, if you have blocks, your hands can be on the blocks. If you're not using blocks, then you can place the hands behind the left calf, making the practice our own. Take a nice deep full breath in, exhaling. Find that sweet spot to surrender into. Breathing into that same place and breathing out. We know it as sukha, good space. Again, just like that, full deep breath in. Exhale, complete breath out. Lifting up through your chest, you can bend that left front knee. Deepen the bend, and then you're going to slide your right knee directly behind your left knee, and you're going to come down to a seated spinal twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Maybe your right leg is better off if it's straight. You decide that. Left knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. We inhale, lengthening through the sides of the body. As we exhale, left hand behind us, right arm outside of that left thigh, and slowly we twist, not thrusting the shoulders first, okay? That's the last part of the actual rotation. But thinking of your navel drawing a little bit in and a little bit up and lifting up through your thoracic spine where your rib cage is, and then moving that, rotating that to your left. Opening up through the chest as if your collarbones could spread. Breathing to the space just beneath your sternum. And really feel, it's almost like you can rejoice in letting that complete breath go. As you come to your next inhalation, we'll unwind, and then your right shin slides forward if both knees are bent, and your left knee is on top. And then we can sit up tall and kind of find that slinky, soft movement again. And maybe you notice, I myself notice that my right side seems to feel a little bit tighter for some reason. So it's that attentiveness, okay? It's that awareness. And we're not judging it. And then bring yourself around in a circular direction. Going one way, allow your shoulders to be really soft and supple. And then going the opposite way, squeeze your thighs together. And breathing throughout the entire action. Breathing in and breathing out. And then we can rock back together and shift onto your hands and your knees and bringing yourself into downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, inhale into your plank pose, and as you exhale all the way down to your belly, lifting up into a cobra pose, deep breath in and drop back down, exhale. On the inhalation, stretch the arms forward, lift the arms and lift the legs, lift your forehead, Shalambasan, locust pose. On the exhalation, settle it all back down. Again, just like that, stretch and lift and lengthen, extend. Reach the arms, reach through your legs, and exhale, drop back down. One more time, stretching through the arms, lengthening, extending through your legs, lifting up as high as you can, and then exhale, bring yourself back down. Forehead is on the ground, arms slide back, palms are on the floor, lifting up into your cobra pose. Tuck your toes and lift your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we look to our hands and step the right foot forward. Spin your left heel to the ground and use your arms again, rising up. Gaze over the top of your right hand. As we breathe in, straighten your right leg, and as we breathe out, extending, triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Softening your right knee, and we rise back up again, gazing over the top of your right hand, warrior two. Touch your two hands gently to the ground and slide your right foot back. Keep your hips low, bend the elbows, go right into chaturanga, and then up into cobra. Tuck your toes and lift your hips, downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward, spin your right heel to the ground, and again, rising up, use your breath. Gaze over the top of your left hand. On another inhalation, that left leg straightens. We stretch up from the soles of the feet to the crown of your head. As you exhale, extend out and over into your extended triangle pose. As you reach that right arm up, feel my hand gently on each and every one of your middle upper backs. Lean back into my hand. Softening your left knee and rising back up again. Warrior two. Touch two hands down to the ground. Slide your left foot back, bend the elbows and lower to the ground. Inhaling, lift up into your cobra pose and then tuck your toes and lift your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, spin your left heel to the ground and rise back up, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straightening that right leg as you exhale, extend out and over. Softening your right knee to rise back through to your warrior two. Touch your two hands down to the ground. Slide your right foot back. Chaturanga into cobra. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward, spin your right heel to the ground and rise up. Get the juices flowing today, yogis. Get them flowing. Inhale and straighten that left leg as you exhale, extend out and over. Lift up through your right arm to open up the heart center. Softening your left knee and rising back into your warrior two. Touch two hands down to the ground. Your left leg slides back, elbows bend, and you slowly lower to the ground. Inhaling, lift through cobra pose. Drop back down, exhale. Bending your knees, reach back with your arms, lifting up into your bow pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, and softly drop back down. Let's try it again. Bending your knees, reaching back. Inhale, lift into your bow pose. Go for the depth of the breath. Exhale and lower back down. One more. Bend the knees, arms reach back, and we lift up into our bow pose. Now we're going to hold here for a few breaths. If you like, on the exhalation, keeping the hands connected to your shins or ankles. Roll to your right side. Inhale, push the feet into the hands, come back to center, and exhale, roll to your left side. Are you still with me? Those who aren't rolling, lift up into your bow, come back to center, and exhale, release. Make a pillow with your arms and bring the left ear down to the tops of the arms and bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs back and forth. And then place your right ear to the tops of your arms and windshield wiper your legs back and forth. Stretch your two legs back, bring your forehead down to the ground and slide your arms back, lifting up into your cobra pose. Take a deep breath. Tuck your toes and lift your hips, downward facing dog. Look to your hands and bend your knees. Hop, walk, or step your feet forward and fold. Softly bring yourself back up to stand. You can walk the hands up the legs, or you could bring your hands to the hips and lift all the way back up. Let's take our eagle arms. The right arm is on top of the left. Take a deep breath in and lift the elbows higher. Now lean back. As you exhale, come forward. Really round the back. Draw the elbows in towards your sternum. Now we're going to come up with the eagle arms, but Utkatasana legs. So bend your knees and scoop the arms forward. Keep your eagle arms. Lift up with that bottom left arm. Press down with that top right elbow. Sink a little more in your hips. Deep, full breath here. Now we're going to twist, rotating to your right. Maybe you hook that left arm to the outside of your right thigh. Bring your knees in line with each other. Look down. Are they in line? Inhale, slowly come back. And then exhale, release into your standing forward bend. Take a moment. Appreciate the moment. All the little moments, right? These moments in time that we spend together. Yes. And string them along. Making a beautiful garland in which we can, in a lot of ways, drape over ourselves. Slowly bring yourself back up to stand. You can walk your hands up your legs or bring your hands to your hips and come back up. Now bring the arms in front of you. Elbows are in line with the shoulders. Draw both elbows in as close to the midline as you can. And then it's your right arm that's going to come a little farther in. And your left arm is going to cross on top. Now as we breathe in, the elbows lift, but the tops of the shoulders soften. Draw your navel a little in, a little up. Bring your hips and pelvis forward. And then as we breathe out, come down into your forward bend with your eagle arms. Draw the elbows in towards your breastbone. Push your bottom right arm into the back of your top left arm. And then press that top left arm into the right bicep. On your next inhalation, we're going to bend the knees. We're going to sink deeply into the hips, and we're going to rise up with our eagle arms and our Utkatasana legs. Standing tall, but with knees bent. As we exhale, rotate to your left. Squeeze your thighs together and hook your arms outside of your left thigh. Draw your navel in and up. And then slowly come back to center. And exhale, releasing Garudasana arms and forward fold. Arms stretch out to the sides and we lift all the way up to stand. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Prepare. Exhale, take it back to downward dog or chaturanga. From chaturanga, you come through into your cobra pose. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. We all meet downward facing dog. Right leg stretches up to the sky. Now you're going to bend that knee and open up the hip. Inhale and stretch that right leg back up to the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot forward. Spin the left heel down. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, straightening out that right front leg. Let your hips shift towards your back left foot and extend out and over. Triangle pose. It's a symphony with the breath. Softening your right knee and rising all the way back up into your warrior 2. Touch 2 hands down to frame your right foot. Step your left foot quite a bit closer to your right foot. Keep your left hand on the ground. Maybe you slide it in a little to your right foot. Stretch your right arm out to the side and reach the fingers up to the sky. Draw your navel in and up and lift yourself into your Pavrita. Trikonasana. Revolve. Inhale, slowly coming back and then surrendering into your Parsvottanasana. Just let your torso drape over your top right thigh. Take a breath in. Exhale that breath out. Now walk your hands a little bit forward. Soften your right knee. Lift your left foot. Lift your left leg. Grab the floor with your fingertips and bring your chest forward. So now you're standing on your right foot, right leg is straight to the best of your ability, and your left leg is extending straight back. Push through your left foot and your toes, they're rotated down. It's a closed hip action. Left fingers are on the floor, right hand can go to the base of your spine, revolved half moon pose, opening up to the right. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale the breath out. If you like, you can bend your left knee and then reach back with your right hand. Can you find the shin? Can you find the ankle? Is it there? If you make the connection, press the ankle into your right hand. Don't be so quick to just grab it like, come here. And then if you took the bind, release, stretch that left leg straight back, and everybody reach your right arm up to the sky. Become softer. Become more pliable. On the inhalation, your right knee softens, it bends slightly. You drop your right hand down. On the exhalation, your left foot slides all the way to the back of your mat. Right foot meets it, plank pose. Holding your plank pose, take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath out. If you want to come down into your child's pose, then go ahead and take child's pose. Otherwise, in your plank pose, I would like you to lift your right leg again and then bring that knee in and then lower all the way down. Do your chaturanga. Stretch your right leg all the way back as you lift up cobra pose. Tuck the toes, lift your hips. We all meet downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up to the sky. Bend that knee and open up that hip. And stretch that left leg back up to the sky. Really press through that left heel. Look to your thumbs. Stepping your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down and rise up. Virabhadrasana 2. Soft gaze. Inhale and straightening out your left leg. Let your hips shift to your back right foot. Extend, lengthen through that whole left side of your body. Feel my hands just lengthening through that whole left side of your body. Left arm drops down and right arm lifts. Take a deep breath in, softening your left knee and rising back up, Virabhadrasana 2. Touch your 2 hands gently to the floor. Step your right foot closer to your left. If you're feeling really imbalanced, like you're on a tightrope, you can step your right foot out farther. So when you widen your base, it offers more stability. Now, keeping your right hand on the floor, we're going to do a revolved triangle pose. You can bring your left hand to the base of your spine or stretch that left arm out and lift and lengthen. Feel my hands on that right side of your body, lengthening you as you rotate to your left. Take a deep, full breath in. Exhale that breath completely out. And then come back to center and find your Parsvottanasana. Let your torso drape over the top of your left thigh. Capture your breath here. Let it be sweet. Let it be consistent, not panicked, not forced. And then you can lift your torso a little bit, lengthen through the front of your spine, walk your hands a wee bit forward, soften your left knee, shift your weight to your left foot as you lift your right foot, your right leg. Now keep lengthening your torso forward as you extend that right leg back. You want your toes pointing towards the floor, squared hip action. Keeping your right hand on the ground. Stretching your left arm out and up, or again, bringing the hand to the base of your spine. Revolved half moon. Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. And breathe into it. Breathe out of it. If you'd like to try that other action, you can bend your right knee and reach back with your left hand. If you make the connection, press the shin, the ankle into your left hand and breathe fuller, breathe deeper. On the next inhalation, you'll release the bind and stretch through your right leg, and then you'll sweep that left arm out and forward. Bring your left palm to the ground. Drop your right foot to the ground. Slide your left foot back and you're in a plank pose. You're going to hold there. At any time, you can bring your hips up and back, down dog, or you can even settle into a child's pose. If you're still holding your plank, lift your left foot. Take a deep breath in and then bend your left knee and bring it outside of your left shoulder, lowering slowly to the ground. Stretch through your left leg as you rise up, Bhujangasana. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Looking towards your hands, bend your knees, hop, walk, or step your feet forward and fold. Beautiful. I've just got to say that every single one of you have such a special place in my heart. And when I do these classes, although it is remote, I have this absolute feeling of being connected to all of you. And really, to me, that's yoga. Okay, that's what we strive for. And that's not just a gift, it's a blessing. Slowly coming down onto your seat, stretching your legs forward. Now we can bend the knees. Draw the heels in close to you, lifting up through your hips. Go ahead and walk the arms underneath of you, finding your bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Think of pulling your shins a little bit back towards you and lifting up through your hips, opening up. Now close your eyes as you feel that you can let your sternum move closer towards your chin and breathe. Opening up the eyes, slowly slide the arms out, upper, middle, lower back to the floor. If you'd like to take that same posture again, go ahead and work into your bridge pose. If you're looking for your upward bow, bring your hands back behind you. Elbows want to splay out. I want you to draw them in. Press down through your palms. Press into your feet. Use your legs. On the inhalation, lifting up, whether it's bridge or wheel. Upward bow, it's also called. Take a deep, full breath in. Exhale that breath out. Another one exactly the same way. Exhale it out. Whichever interpretation you're in, feel one of my hands at your lower back and one at your middle upper back. And I'm lengthening you. I'm holding you. We hold each other. And then as you exhale, slowly release to the floor. Everybody flip over onto your belly. If you're not doing a bow pose where you bend the bend the knees and reach back for your feet or your ankles, you can always opt for a cobra pose. Okay? You could also do locust pose with the arms stretching forward, legs extending straight back. Otherwise, we bend the knees, reach back with your hands, press your shins or your ankles, push them into your hands, and again, lift up, opening up through the throat a little bit, but avoid dropping the head too far back. Instead, try to stretch the crown of your head forward. Take another deep breath in and rise up a little bit higher, and then exhale and slowly release to the floor. Rolling over onto your back body. Flat on your back, gently move your head left to right, right to left. Now's the time, if you are not taking a shoulder stand practice, absolutely come closer to a wall. And you can feel free to bring your legs up the wall. For those of you who do practice shoulder stand on the regular, go ahead and bring your legs over you. Working through plow pose. Tuck your toes and push through your heels. Lift your thighs away from your belly. Elbows are drawing in close to the sides of the body, and then you place your palms at your lower back. Stretching up through your legs, lifting up into the queen of asana. If you want to play around with different variations in your legs, we did the eagle arms. Maybe you would like to do the eagle legs. If you'd like to do a split, you can take one leg overhead and one towards the floor. Play around, but again, the main focus is on the breath. Avoid those pitfalls of, now I can really try this. I saw somebody doing it. And then when you're not even connected to the breath, that's when we end up getting pushed out of our pose, okay? At the least. And you take your time. For my people with legs up the wall, take an extra couple of breaths here. If you're doing your shoulder stand practice, pressing up through your legs, unless you've got them bound in that eagle pose or split. Press down into your arms. Feel as though they are your feet. And then slowly bring your legs overhead again, finding that plow pose. Instead of tucking the toes, let's point through the toes so the tops of your feet are on the ground. Press down into the tops of your feet, and again, lift your thighs away from the belly. Feel as though your hips are directly over your shoulders. And then very slowly bend the knees. Let the legs come in. Release your hands from your lower back and gently touch down to the ground. Feet are on the floor first, then stretch through your legs. If your legs are up the wall, you can bend your knees, slide your feet down the wall, drop the knees to your right, and come back up. Making your way back to your original spot. So everybody is on their back, supine, and you can gently move your head from right to left, left to right. Next time you bring your head back through center, pull your right knee in, keep your right arm out, palm faces up, take your left hand to your right shin, draw that right leg across the midline of the body and working into your supine twist. So it's the right knee and you drop it over to the left. Now, depending on what's going on with that right shoulder blade, it might feel nice to have the arm out. If you feel a sense of strain or pulling anywhere, then I'm going to ask you to bend that right elbow and place the hand at your side. And that'll help you to be able to drop that right back arm, the tricep area, if not the shoulder, down towards the ground. On your next inhalation, you can come back through center, releasing your right leg, drop the foot, and stretch the leg out. As you take your next breath in, you can bend your left knee. Draw that left leg in towards your belly. Your right hand holds the left shin. Gently draw that left leg over the midline towards the right. Again, your left arm is out to the left, palms facing up, and then you decide where it's best to place that. To find a sense of opening, a sense of release, but also being compassionate, okay? If we can't find that sense of being compassionate to ourselves, then I'm not really sure what we're doing. And really take this moment to close your eyes and take that breath in as deeply as you can without forcing it. But feel that beautiful release and follow it all the way to the end as you exhale the breath out. Opening up through your eyes. Come back to center as you inhale. Releasing your hand from the shin. Drop the foot to the floor and stretch through your left leg as you exhale. Now bend both of your knees, drawing your legs in. Wrap your arms around your shins. Maybe you can get opposite elbows or just hands on the shins, whatever's working. And then round your spine, lift up. And exhale, drop the feet to the ground. Drop the shoulders and the back of your skull gently to the ground. Let the knees open, Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathing in and breathing out. Take your hands down to the outer edges of your thighs. Draw your legs together. And again, pull your knees in. Wrap the arms around the shins. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, and round. As you're ready to let go, slide the arms apart. Bring your feet to the ground. Bring your shoulders down. Bring the back of your skull gently down. Soles of your feet touch. Knees splay out. Supta Baddha Konasana. Pressing down into the piggy toe sides of your feet. Press the outer edges of your thighs down. Imagine that you could lift your buttocks just a slight bit and lengthening your lower back, and then settle it back down. Slide your hands underneath your thighs. Draw the legs together. Feet are on the floor. Stretch one leg forward and then the other. Closing your eyes and feeling how the next posture, final relaxation, how it just comes over you, how it moves through you, and how is your breath in this posture. Feeling the support of the ground beneath you. And really not just lending ourselves to that feeling of support. Surrender to this experience of the ground beneath us, offering support. Slide the arms far enough away from the sides of the body. Rotating the palms up. And let your mantra, your intention, distill that to one word, and there's your mantra. Let it ride the breath. Let it move through you as you inhale and as you exhale. Beginning with the fingers, start to move the fingers, wiggling them slowly. And letting that action move towards your wrists, rotating them in one direction. And then the opposite direction. Allow your head to gently move one side to the other. And then add the toes. Start to wiggle through your toes and move through your ankles one way. And then the opposite way. As your head comes to center, hold right there. Bring your legs in. Wrapping the arms around the shins. Giving yourself a great big hug. Giving yourself a hug in the exact same way that we all long to give each other a great big hug. Feel that right now. As you experience this, imagine that we're just giving each other our familiar great big hug. Rolling over onto your right side. And then as you're ready, back up to a seated position. Hands together in prayer, we place the prayer at our heart. And we bow the head. And we honor our truth. And we meet our truth with love and compassion. And we shine a light. A light that is filled with exactly that, love and compassion. And may that always direct us. May we always remember to bring that with us to our point of view, our perspective. Breathing in, chins lift. Om Bolo Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste, yogis. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Much love to all of you. See you soon.